Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a slow, slow burn. We don't rush, we take our time. Every glance feels like a rhyme. You're not mine, not quite yet, but there's fire where our fingers met. I hear your voice, a velvet sound. Every word just pulls me down into a place I can't escape. Caught in the heat, we slowly shape. You never say it, but I know there's something underneath that glow. We're dancing right along the line between your heart and mine. It's a slow burn, baby, don't let it fade. Every spark we hide still wants to blaze. We're holding back, but we still yearn. Love like this, it's a slow, slow burn. Slow burn. Late night talks and silent stares, pretending neither of us cares. But I feel it rising in my chest. Every heartbeat says the rest. You laugh and brush my hand away, but your eyes always choose to stay. We're close enough to feel the ache, but not enough to let it break. You never say it, but I see the way you lean so close to me. We're tangled in what's left unsaid, every look a thread. It's a slow burn, baby, don't let it fade. Every spark we hide still wants to blaze. We're holding back, but we still yearn. A love like this, it's a slow, slow burn. Slow burn. It's a slow burn, darling, deep in our skin. You're the fire I wanna sink in. No need to rush, we'll take our turn. But don't forget, it's a slow, slow burn. Slow burn. Oh, oh yeah. Slow burn. Still burning, still burning.
Bright hearts open wide. You spoke of dreams and books and skies. I smiled unsure of reasons why. Every year that same July, we meet again and say goodbye. Time rearranges who we are, but never breaks that quiet spark. Same day, different years, holding close then disappearing through laughter, love and silent tears. You stay Life pulled you east, I moved west, but we still met in how we dressed, in glances stolen, words unsaid, in letters that we never sent. You kissed someone, I stayed alone. Then I loved and you were gone, but still I circled back to find that one day carved into my mind. Same day, different years, moments blurred and souvenirs. In every age, you're still so clear. You're more than just a missed frontier. One day always brought you near. Same day, different years. Some loves don't need a steady line. They bloom across the stretch of time. And though we lost more than we gained, I'd choose that day again, again. Same day, different years. Through all the change, you're what stayed dear. I'd trade the rest for just one tear falling on your shoulder here. One day always brought you near. Same day, different years. You walked into my little world among the paperbacks and unheard words. A quiet smile, a stolen glance, and suddenly I stood a chance. You held my fame like porcelain, not chasing lights, just asking in if I could be more than a screen and love you in the in-between. I'm just a girl standing here with hopes and flaws and quiet fears. You saw past the world I hide, found the heart I left inside. And though the cameras caught my name, with you I'm real, not just a claim. We danced through crowds and closing doors, in secondhand shops and quiet stores. You made me laugh, you made me stay. When all the world would pull away, I learned that love is not a role. It doesn't need a script to hold. It's in the moments that feel true, like Sunday mornings spent with you. I'm just a girl standing here with hopes and flaws and quiet fears. You saw past the world I hide, found the heart I left inside. And though the headlines made me glow, it's your small world I wanna know. Fame can fade and lights grow dim, but I remember who I am with him. No red carpet, no stage lights, just real love and normal nights. I'm just a girl, not made of gold, but you made my lonely feel bold. You held me close, you let me fall, and and somehow you became it all. If I could choose this love again, I'd still walk back to Notting Hill. Silence kissed the sky, a place where secrets learn to lie. The world too loud, the love too real. We had to hide what we could feel. The fire burned but never shone, a love we lived but couldn't own. You looked at me like I was home, but home's a place we walk alone. These are the mountains we can't climb, but still I see you in my mind. A touch, a glance, a fleeting year, but in my soul you're always near. You were the truth I couldn't speak, a love that made my silence weak. We carved our names into the wind, where no one saw and none had been. The stars above, they seemed to know the kind of love that couldn't show. Your voice still echoes in the trees, the way you laugh, the way you breathe. If time was kind, if hearts were free, would you have stayed right next to me? These are the mountains we can't climb, but still I see you in my mind. A touch, a glance, a fleeting year, but in my soul you're always near. You were the truth I couldn't speak, a love that made my silence weak. I wore the mask the world would praise, but left my heart up in that place. No photograph, no lasting sign, but I was yours and you were These are the mountains we can't name, but love still lingers all the same. Through frozen years and broken skies, I never learned to say goodbye. And in the wind I hear your cry. We love too true, we love too high. You came like thunder through the storm, a voice too sharp, a touch too warm. I played the game, I wore the mask, but love like ours, it never asks. I chased the world, I turned away, thought love could wait another day, but all the roads that led me far still circle back to where you are. Love like fire. war took more than land and gold. It aged my eyes, it made me bold. I stood alone but not untouched by hands I swore I didn't need that much. But memory plays a cruel refrain. Your smile, your voice, they still remain. A fire I thought I could contain, now only ashes in the rain. Love like fire, it burns, it aches, leaves you longing in its wake. I held the flame but let it go, thinking pride could ever show how deep I fell, how much I cared. But you were gone like southern air, southern air. If I could turn the time around, I'd let my silence make no sound. But all that's left is what I missed, a love that ended with a kiss. Love like fire, it won't forget. It leaves behind a sweet regret. I said goodbye, but not for good. If hearts return, maybe they should. And though you're gone like wind and flame, my soul still whispers your name. Serenade. I reach for you in empty air, but you're not gone, you're everywhere. The city hums, the silence speaks. Your love still lingers in the sheets. They say the soul moves on in time, but yours still dances close to mine. I feel your whisper in the breeze. You're in the hush between the keys. I'm still holding you though I can't see. You're the shadow wrapped around me. You said goodbye without a sound, but I still hear you all around, even through the great unknown. You never let me be alone, never let me be alone. You left your touch in little things, the coffee cups, the songs we'd sing. I catch my breath, I close my eyes, and there you are, just out of sight. You never said the final line, just faded past the edge of time. But love like this, it never dies. It only lives where heaven lies. I'm still holding you though I can't see. You're the shadow wrapped around me. You said goodbye without a sound, but I still hear you all around, even through the great unknown. love's the thread we never leave. You're the echo in each day, the light that never fades away. Though the world has lost your face, in my soul you still have a place. Saw the stars from the third class rail. You smiled like the wind had whispered my name. A canvas of dreams in the cold sea air. The world faded out when you came. You took my hand, we danced through steel. A forbidden spark we dared to feel. And if this ship is bound to fall, I'd rather sink with you than stand at all. It's our last goodbye. I would choose it all again, to love you on this ocean's end. With trembling hands under setting sun, we laughed through time, we ran through rules. Hearts wild and young, so beautifully cruel. But fate can't hear our silent plea. Still you held on, stayed with me. If this ship is bound to fall, I'd rather sink with you than stand at all. In your arms I found the sky. Even if it's our last goodbye, I would choose it all again, to love you ocean's end. The ice may break, the night may roar, but your name's carved in my soul's shore. I'll never let go, not really, no. In dreams I still feel you so. And if this life begins to fall, I'd still have known the greatest love of all. Through the tears and through the flame, nothing precious comes without pain. I choose you time and time again, my love, until the ocean's end. like spring in a crowded room. Lit up the walls, then left too soon. You never promised you'd stay the fall, but I was ready to lose it all. We traced the stars on cafe glass, laughed like forever, but nothing lasts. You danced to songs I still can't hear without the echo of you near. You were a season passing through, warm and wild and never true. I wrote our story in the blue, but chapters end, that's what they do. I loved a dream I thought was you, just a season I never outgrew. You saw the world in picture frames, I saw us carved in future names. You called it fun, I called it fate, but love don't wait and hearts can't wait. I tried to hold the light you gave, but some things aren't meant to be saved. Still every skyline brings your shade, a memory I can't evade. You were a season passing through, brief as a song, bright as the moon. I kissed the truth that felt untrue and watched it fade in shades of blue. I loved a dream I thought was you, just a season I never outgrew. Now autumn whispers where you stood, and winter asks if it was good. But I don't need the reasons why. Some loves just teach us how to cry. 'Cause you were a season, not the year, gone with the wind yet still so near. I won't regret, I won't undo. I lived it all, the joy, the bruise. I loved a dream I thought was you, just a season I never outgrew. We shared the nights, we shared the dreams, but always danced around the seams. You had your path, I had my fear, but somehow you were always near. Letters lost and flights delayed. We built a love but never stayed. You said someday with half a smile, and I believed it all the while. Just one more step and we'd be there, but timing's never been fair. I loved you then, I love you still, but we keep missing by our will. Close enough to feel the ache, but far enough for hearts to break. Just cake. We chased the lives we thought we knew, but always came back into view. Years went by and faces changed, but you remained somehow the same. You held my hand in borrowed time and slipped away like half a rhyme. If love was loud, we spoke too soft, and all we had just drifted off. Just one more step and we'd be there, but timing's never been fair. I loved you then, I love you still, but we keep missing by our will. Close enough to feel the ache, but far enough for hearts to break. If I could turn back every page, I'd run to you at every stage, but maybe we unplanned. If love survived through all we've done, then maybe we were always one. So take my hand and don't forget, we're more than just one more step. I slipped out in borrowed shoes through palace gates to morning news. The city spoke in cobblestones and led me where I wasn't known. A vesper ride, your quiet smile. We danced through fountains for a while. No crown, no rules, no need to flee. Just you and ancient Italy. One day in Rome, that's all we had. A moment sweet, a little sad. I was a girl, not royalty. You looked at me and I felt free. No photos saved, no vows were sworn, but something soft was gently born. One day in Rome, that's all we had. A moment sweet, a little sad. I was a girl, not royalty. You looked at me and I felt free. No photos saved, no vows were sworn, but something soft was gently born. Gelato hands and secret skies, the world was ours in each sunrise. The Spanish steps beneath our feet, a memory the press won't keep. I saw the truth behind your eyes, no questions asked, no alibis. A fairy tale, a breath of flame. We never even said our names. One day in Rome, then back to gold, to crowns and stories never told. But when I sit upon my throne, I'll think of you and feel less alone. No letters sent, no need to call. You were my rise before the fall. If I could steal just one more hour, I'd trade a kingdom for that flower. But real life waits beyond the dome, and love was left in streets of Rome. One day in Rome, that's where we stay, in stolen time that slipped away. A secret kept, a silent vow. You live in them, not here and now. Though I wear grace and hold my place, you were my own, my one escape. They said I came to save your light, a borrowed match to burn too bright. But I was more than flesh and bone, more than what the charts had shown. You smiled like dawn in hospital haze. I held your hand through longest days, but deep inside I always knew I wasn't meant for just for you. I'm not just for you, not just a cure. I wanted more than what they're sure. A voice, a name, a life to choose. To love you without having to lose. You were my reason, but I grew. I'm not just for you. They took from me before I asked, a silent path I never masked, and still I do it all again. But wish you'd see the girl within. I lived in gowns in white lit rooms, but dreamed in colors meant to bloom. I gave you all I ever knew, but still I long to be me too. I'm not just for you, not just the skin. There's so much more I hold within. A heart that beats for more than pain. A sky that doesn't just bring rain. You were my reason, and that's true, but I'm not just for you. Even now I hear your laugh. It splits my world in half. I miss you like the air I breathe, but now it's time for me to leave. I'm not just for you, I'm something more. A story waiting to explore. A soul that fought and still broke through. A girl who loved but needed to. You were my reason, always true, but I'm not just for you. I didn't know that time could bend till you walked in and changed the end. Not with grand or shining scenes, but morning light and quiet dreams. You smiled and made the chaos slow, turned traffic lights to golden glow. The ordinary feels so rare when every breath has you in there. If I could live this life again, I'd choose your love in every when. Not just the highs, not just the rain, but tea-stained notes and window panes. You are the moment I defend. I'd live this every day again. I've tried rewind and tried to learn, but time still moves with no concern. And though I'd shift a line or two, I'd never change a day with you. We laughed through doubts and danced through fears, held hands across the folding years. And now I see it all was right, each second wrapped in softer light. If I could live this life again, I'd choose your love in every win. Not just the highs, not just the rain, but shared umbrellas, midnight trains. You are the moment I'd defend. I'd live this every day again. The magic's not in time we bend, but how we hold it now, my friend. So I won't rush, I won't rewind. I found forever in this time. So if tomorrow starts anew, I'll wake to find my way to you. Not for the thrill or what we gain, but just to love you all the same. You are the moment I defend. I love you every day again. You came in like the summer rain, a spark I couldn't quite explain. We wrote our names in Carolina skies and kissed beneath the 4th of July. A porch like low, a rebel heart. You left but never got too far. Love like that, it never fades, even in the silent days. And even if you forget my face, forget the years, the time, the place, I'll read our story page by page, like waves still kissing the same old lake. No matter where your mind may go, my heart still calls you home. You know. The letters stacked, the seasons changed. I built a house to set your name. We danced through war, through pride, through tears, but always found our way back here. Now your eyes don't hold the past, but darling, we were built to last. Love's not just what we remember, it's what we choose to keep forever. And even if you forget my face, forget the years, the time, the place, I'll read our story page by page, like waves still kissing the same old lake. No matter where your mind may go, my heart still calls you home. You know. They say memories fade and names slip through, but mine will stay right next to you. One more chapter, one more night, until the stars restore your light. And even if you forget it all, I'll be right here when shadows fall. Love's not just a book we close, It's the flame that gently glows. So let me hold you, don't be scared. Even if you're unaware, I'm there. You said goodbye without a sound, and tried to wipe me from the ground. But I still bloom in winter light, inside the corners of your mind. We play like strangers in reverse, undoing love from last to first. Each memory like shattered glass still cuts me gently as it passes. Erase me softly, don't be cruel. Let love fade slow, obey no rule. I take the pain just to recall the way you left, the way we'd fall. Even if you forget it all, I'll keep the echoes on my wall. I watched us vanish scene by scene, like rain that falls between the screens. But still your name lives in my chest, a quiet ache I can't suppress. They say to love and then let go, but we were art in monochrome. And even blank my heart still knows the shape of you it once called home. Erase me softly, not too fast. Let time be kind, let shadows last. I'd trade forever just to feel one final kiss, one moment real. Even if you rewrite the script, I'll be the line you almost skipped. We're more than pages torn apart, more than the science of the heart. Somehow you're stitched into my skies, even when memory denies. Erase me softly if you must, believe the sparks beneath the dust. And if we meet in dreams again, don't ask me where or why or when. Just say hello like nothing's wrong, and hum our ever-fading song. I wore my smile like I'm a bride, played small in rooms, stayed out of light. Life was quiet, soft and still, till you came in and broke my will. pinched every word I knew, pushed the edges, pulled me through. You hated life but gave me wings and showed me what a moment brings. Before you, I never knew the kind of love that breaks you too. You held the world but let it go, and I had to learn to love you slow. You made me brave, you made me true, but I was lost before you. You smiled like thunder in the rain, a little cruel, a little pain, but through the cracks I saw the fire of someone torn yet still inspired. I begged for more than just a day, but hearts like yours don't always stay. And though you chose a final line, you left your soul wrapped up in mine. Before you, I never knew the kind of love that breaks you too. You held the world but let it go, and I had to learn to love you slow. You made me brave, you made me true, but I was lost before you. If love is meant to set us free, then why does yours still live in me? I carry you in every plan, the part of me that understands. Before you, I lived so small. Now I stand even after the fall. You gave me light, you gave me pain, but I would choose it all again. You made me brave, you made me new, and I was nothing before you. We met beneath the city light, two broken stars that burned too bright. Your jazz, my dreams, a sidewalk tune. We danced beneath the silent moon. You played your songs, I chased the stage. We lived like fire trapped in a cage. No promises, no final scene, just moments slipped between the dreams. We were almost love, almost true, almost something we both knew, but time had plans we couldn't bend, so we became a sweet what if in the end we were the melody that never played. I wish the morning light betrayed. I see you now in suits and ties. I smile but don't ask how's your life. In other arms with different skies, still hear our song in lullabies. Some dreams they bloom but never stay. They show you love and fade away. But if I'm ever lost in sound, I'll find you where the stars fall down. We were almost love, almost true, almost something we both knew, but time had plans we couldn't bend, so we became the closing door, but somewhere in that midnight blue, I'll always dance through time with you. You walked in like the world owed you grace. Eyes like storms, but not a trace of what you'd hide behind the pride. A heart too careful to confide. I judged too fast, I stood too tall. Thought I had you figured at all. But love can bloom where doubt once grew. And somehow I was drawn to you. It was you all along, I just couldn't see the truth you kept, the soul beneath. Behind my fire, behind my fight, you stayed like stars through darkest nights. I turned away, I played it wrong, but it was love all along. You stood your ground with quiet grace, a tender heart behind the face. You spoke with care, you broke the frame, and I will never be the same. They said we came from worlds apart, but still you saw into my heart. We clashed like thunder, danced through rain, and found our way through pride and pain. It was you all along, I just couldn't see the truth you kept, the soul beneath. Behind my fire, behind my fight, you stayed like stars through darkest nights. I pushed you back, I played it wrong, but you were love all along. If pride was loud, then love was still. It waited past my strongest will, and I would choose you every time. Now that I see the signs, it was you all along, the quiet light that stayed with me